Hey, what's going on YouTube? I actually have a pickup video for you. Um, actually, that's what I always have for you. But it's going to be a little different. I actually filmed a pickup video for this past weekend. Um, got something in my mouth. I filmed a pickup video for this past weekend, and I had went to a flea market, multiple garage sales, thrift stores, the whole 9 yards. And the pickup video just came out extremely long. I filmed pretty much everything that I picked up, and which involved like 8 different systems, not different, but 8 systems in total. Lots of stuff to resell. Almost all of it actually was for resale. And after I was done with it, I just wasn't feeling good about the quality of the video, so I decided to wait until this weekend to film one. And I've basically picked my favorite stuff that I picked up. I'm going to leave some of the stuff out, but I have some really quality stuff here, and I'm really excited to show it. So let's jump right into this. The first 2 things I have are trades. The first being with Gamer Emporium. I sent him a couple things, and in return he sent me some empty DS cases that I forgot to grab, but they were Mario Party, Mario 64, and new Super Mario Bros. For the DS. They were all empty. I needed them for my loose copies. The only game that I do not have is new Super Mario Bros. So I'm still on the lookout for that. And in return, oh, and also he sent me, if I can find it, sorry about that. He sent me The Witcher 2 as well. I've never played a game in the Witcher series. It actually looks pretty good though, so I'll be excited to try that out when I get around to it. The second trade I did was with a up-and-coming YouTuber by the name of BeeKay, and both these links will be in the description, by the way. I sent him some stuff. Well, actually, I haven't sent him some stuff. At the time of uploading this, it'll probably be sometime this weekend. BeeKay, I am planning on getting your stuff out. I'm really sorry. I've been extremely busy with some stuff. I will get that stuff out probably first thing Monday for you. Anyway, I am planning on sending him some stuff, and he sent me a few things. This is his first trade, by the way, and he seemed really excited to be joining the YouTube community. So if anyone's looking for a new person to trade with, he might be just up your alley. The first thing he sent me was Active 2 for the Kinect. I like picking up Kinect games. There's always something fun, if I'm feeling like exercising and I want to do it in a video game fashion. I like playing the Kinect. So he sent me that. And then he sent me Mega Man Battle Network 4, Red Sun, and Blue Moon, and I put these in my own cases. I don't feel like getting them out right now, but they're in really good shape. He sent those as well. And probably the best thing that he sent me, I've been looking for this for a while and haven't been able to find it for a reasonable price, but he sent me Zelda Link's Awakening. So I'm pretty excited about getting to play that one. I played maybe like 10 minutes of it, so I haven't gotten too far into it. Sorry, rambling. Anyway, the next thing, I'm going to do some non-video game related stuff. That flea market I mentioned, I did pick up some really cool things that weren't video games that I wanted to show. And the first being, I got the soundtrack for Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3, which I thought was really cool. I tried looking this up to see its kind of value because I have the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack and I know it's pretty valuable. Wasn't able to find this online anywhere, so I'm not sure what the value is, but I paid 50 cents at the flea market for it. For another 50 cents, I picked up Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness, the official portable strategy guide. I've never played a Disgaea, however you say that, I'm not sure. Never played one of the games. I've seen them in stores and they're always in that, $15 to $20 price range, so I've never picked one up. They look pretty good though. The strategy guide was pretty neat. Like you're going to be able to see that. Anyway, it looked pretty neat, so I picked that up for 50 cents as well. And probably the coolest non-video game related thing, for $1, I picked up the free commemorative launch coin for Super Mario Galaxy. It came in this box, has a certificate of authenticity. So to find this in a flea market, I thought that was really cool, and there's the coin. So like I said, I paid $1 for that. I thought that was a really cool find. I didn't really know they made these coins. So that was pretty neat to get. Sticking with the flea market thing, I think I picked up Nope, that was all the stuff, the flea market that I wanted to show. But right across the street from the flea market was a pawn shop. So as I was shopping, I actually took a break. I was waiting for some of the vendors to open up their stands, and I walked over to the pawn shop and I found this. It is a really beat up box for a Sega Genesis. Came with the box, the actual system as well, and all the cords. And they wanted $49.99 for it. I was not going to pay that much, just because how bad this box is. But I talked them down to $35. I wasn't even going to buy it, but after I looked in the box and saw it was in there, I knew I still wanted it, so I talked them down to $35. And the thing that really made me want to buy it, there was two things. The first being the 32X came with it, and I already have one of these, so this was just gonna trade that off, sell it. And it came with the cords for it, which the cord that connects the Sega 32X to the Genesis is one of the hardest cords to find, and those things alone can sell for like, $15 or so. So it came with 32X. But the coolest thing was this. This is a sensor for a wireless controller for the Sega Genesis, and I actually got two of these. I just grabbed one to show you. But I thought that was awesome. I didn't know that Sega had first-party wireless controllers for their Genesis, and this just plugs into both slots, and then the other controller obviously works for it. But this is the same distance on the Sega Master System, so I'm going to have to look up to see if it works on that as well. I'm not sure if it would or not, but that'd be really cool. So yeah, these alone sell for like $50. The set, the sensor, and the two controllers. So that is really why I wanted it. Sitting here playing my games it will be much easier with wireless controller. Okay, moving on. The next thing I want to jump to is we'll do some garage sale stuff. At a garage sale just the other day, I picked up a couple PS3 games. I got these for a really good deal. They wanted $5 a piece, which I was willing to pay that. So I got God of War 3 complete and Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. And I just beat Uncharted 3. I'm actually kind of going backwards, but I've heard that Uncharted 2 from multiple sources is the best game in the series. So I paid $5 for those, and after paying the $5 a piece, I actually got her to throw in two Nintendo 64 games. They were both racing games that I didn't have, so for free. I thought that was great. The other thing is I picked up multiple GameCube bundles, but this one, the best game in it was Mario Kart, and I just chose to show this because I already have this game. The funny thing about it was this garage sale had actually wanted $50 for the bundle, and there weren't any more good games like maybe the Sonic Heroes or something. Excuse me, but they wanted $50. I wasn't willing to pay it, and that was a couple weeks ago. I asked them if they would come down in price. They said no. I also asked if they would just sell this game separate, and they said no. So a couple weeks went by. I went back. They had the sale again, and this whole bundle was still there. I'd asked if they sell this game separate. They said no. They didn't recognize me, though. They were an older couple. Their son was actually bringing stuff to the sale. It happens all the time. And I said, well, how much do you want for everything? And they said $20. And she actually said that the games went with a VTech, like, Smile game system, and I explained to her that they did not, and she said, no, I'm pretty sure they do. So I actually opened up the VTech and pulled out one of the cartridges to show her what it went with. So I told her that it went with the silver GameCube. So she said that the GameCube was actually missing the cords because they had another GameCube that someone bought and took the cords for it. So I told her since it was missing the cords, I'd give her $15 for the bundle. So I got Mario Kart Double Dash, a system with no cables, and a controller for $15. Also at the garage sale, these last three things are actually going to be the highlights of this video. They're all pretty good pickups. So I will actually start with the most expensive, most valuable thing out of the whole lot, which was crazy when I found out about it. But anyway, I picked up this GameCube, the Indigo Purple, or Indigo, with the black memory card, which is kind of neat. I don't have a black one, and it's a 251. They had they had the GameCube, the memory card, and the cables and everything in one controller, and they wanted $10 for it. I asked if they had any games. They pointed me toward their games. They had two. I just picked up one. I already have it, but there's no way I was going to leave Zelda Four Swords behind. Complete with everything in here, including the Nintendo, Club Nintendo code. I don't know if you can actually enter GameCube. That's pretty while back. I doubt you can. So they wanted basically $12 for that, which I was willing to pay that because the game alone was probably worth that. But I decided to offer less because that's how I roll. So I offered $7 for everything, and they sold it to me. I got back. I took out all the third-party crap. There was like a controller, like a Pelican, that was really junky. I was throwing everything away, basically. That was third-party because it's not even worth messing with it. And then I come across this, which I thought was an AV cable, but it's actually Nintendo brand. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Nintendo brand. I'd never seen this before for the GameCube, so I thought it was really weird looking. And I don't know much about cables, and it had blue, red, and green. I've never used blue, red, and green cables, so I didn't know what it was. I just figured it was something AV related. So I basically looked it up online, and I'm probably getting thumbs downs right now for not knowing this. But these are component cables, and basically, from what I've read, that they transmit video, not audio video, just video. So I'd never seen it before, so I thought the cable might be a little more rare, just because I've bought many GameCube lots, never seen anything that looked like that. I looked this thing up online. Remember, I paid $7 for the whole bundle. Just this cord alone sells for like $125 to $160, which is ridiculous. I'd never pay that much for a cable. So this is just going back on eBay to make some money, which that's just crazy. But awesome to find that. The next thing, I picked up another top loader. I got this off Craigslist. They had a post that it said Nintendo, Dreamcast, I think PS2, I forget everything that was there. Nintendo 64. He told me he had already sold the Nintendo 64, but he still had the Nintendo. And in the picture, it clearly showed a top loader, so I was really surprised that this wasn't gone, but the Nintendo 64 stuff was. I messaged him, told him I was interested, wanted to know how much he wanted for it. He told me he only wanted $30. And it came with two controllers, the power cable, and the RF adapter. $30 for that was a great deal. The only thing wrong with it, as you can see here, it's a little dirty as well, but there's a crack right there, almost like a gouge. So that was the only thing that was wrong with it. I bought it, tested it, came home, worked perfect. And I also got him to throw in a strategy guide for Okami for the PS2 and Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast. It wasn't complete, just disc only. He threw both of those in for free, and he didn't want to separate the Dreamcast games, so I was really happy that he gave me that one. The other ones all sucked. So he sold me that for $30, which was awesome. Already posted this online and sold this for like $75 with free shipping and everything, so made a nice little turnaround on that. And the last thing here, probably my favorite pickup, even though it's not the most valuable or anything. I've been looking for this game for a really long time. Never thought I'd find one at a reasonable price. I went into Disc Replay, and for you that don't know, Disc Replay is like one of my favorite stores to shop at. They have some of the most reasonable prices out there when it comes to their retro stuff. And they do a deal all day, every day, buy 5, get items. Buy 5 items, get the 6 free. But anyway, I always ask to look at the stuff they haven't put out yet, because a lot of times they have stuff behind their counter, and this is the true with half-price books and some other stores too. Always ask if they have anything that they haven't put out yet. So this lady brought stacks and stacks of Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo 64 games out for me to look at. I looked through all of them, told her there wasn't anything I was really interested in. I was getting ready to leave, and I noticed a game in the stack that I had somehow overlooked to begin with. And part of the reason I overlooked it is because all I saw was this. So it caught my eye when I saw that again, and I grabbed it. It was still in front of me. And there was a copy of Chrono Trigger. As you can see, there's label damage, which I really wanted to copy to play, so it wasn't a huge deal. Maybe one day down the line I'll pick up a better condition copy. But anyway, I looked at the price tag and they only had $24.99 on it, which is a fantastic deal, especially at a retail store. I made a comment about it's a shame that someone would let their game get like that, especially Chrono Trigger. And the guy said that they normally sell it for $50 or $49.99, and he took half off because of the label damage, which I thought 50% off. I was kind of glad that it had the label damage because it put it in my price range. At the time, I probably still would have paid $50 for it anyway because how long I've been looking for this game. So let me take a quick look to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And nope, that's it. So to end this pickup video, we had the Chrono Trigger, the NES Toploader, and the component cable that sells for ridiculous amounts of money. I am planning on filming the 50 subscriber contest very soon. I forget the date that I started. I believe it was July 30th or 31st when I posted that video. I wanted to run it for about 3 weeks or so that will be coming up. I might just go ahead and run it for the whole month just to give myself a little bit of time to do that. But I think that's it. I really appreciate you guys watching. The game room right now is just a complete trash because I've got systems, games laying all over the place of stuff that I've been picking up to trade off and resell. So I'm probably going to have to work on that here now. But again, this is Retro Rewinder. Look in the description for Gamer Emporium's channel and BeeKay, the two guys I did the trade with. They're great YouTubers. BeeKay doesn't have any videos at the moment, but maybe he'll start making some. Thanks again. I'm just rambling again, going grub gun style, and I will